Hi guys, welcome to another video. And in this video, if you didn't read the title, probably did, my TV show recommendations. I literally have a list and it's a long list. So let's try and get through it. Number one on this list, and this is not going to be in any specific type of order. If you, by the end of this video, you're going to be like, she has no specific taste. I don't. These are all, some of them are romance, some of them are like creepy horror, some of these are like mystery, I guess. I don't know how to describe, I don't know all the genres, but I will do my best to describe them all. Okay, let's get into it. Number one on, not number one on the list, but is the first show I'm saying. The show is called One Day. Also, disclaimer, most of these shows are going to be on Netflix. So if you don't have Netflix, then you're probably not going to, but most people have Netflix. But yeah, most of these are on Netflix. I'm going to be giving you what I would rate the show out of 10. I'm going to be giving you a short description. Probably going to show a little picture of what the show, cover looks like. And I'm going to be showing you what streaming service it's on. The show's called One Day. It's like a romance, and it's these two people who meet at their college graduation, I think. And each episode is one day out of each year, and it's the same day. I think it's July something, and July something this year. And then the next episode, it's a year later. And it's this really cute love story, and you see how their relationship develops. And it's a little bit crazy because you'll be on one episode and they're all like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then the next episode, they're not even talking to each other and they're not any really friends anymore. And we're like, what happened throughout the year? But that's why you watch the show. And then it all comes together. And by the end, I cried. I definitely cried. The end, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but just know that you're just gonna be watching and be like, oh, and then what? That's gonna happen. But I would rate this show out of 10, out of 5. We're gonna rate them out of 5. How about that? Out of 5, I would rate this show a 3.5. Just because it's a limited series. There's only one season. And it's not I'm not rating it a 5 because it's not that good. It's not The Notebook type good. It's a 3.5. It's good for me to want to recommend it to you. Definitely watch the show, but it's not good enough for me to be like, oh my god. Yeah, so that's One Day. Go watch it. One on my little list is, I don't know, wait. The Night Agent. Also, all these shows that I'm saying, these are shows that I'm assuming not that many people have watched before. And I'm trying to give you something new. I'm not going to be like, oh, Outer Banks, The Summer I Turned Pretty, blah, blah, blah. Because those are shows that are very popular and a bunch of people have seen before. Now, some of those shows are on my list just in case. Just in case some of you guys actually haven't watched those shows, which you definitely should. But, yeah. The Night Agent. This is hard for me to describe. It's a 2-season show. I'm pretty sure they're not going to release another season. I think it got canceled. I'm not sure. I would have to go into that. But, it's once again on Netflix. It's a show about this guy, and his dad worked in the government, and his dad died, and his dad died with everyone calling him a traitor to the American government, blah blah blah. And then the main guy's name is Peter, ends up working in the government. And there are people who believe in him, like, you're not like your dad, blah, 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 blah. And there are people who don't, who are like, you're just like your dad. And the night agents are these spies, basically. And he's just this guy that sits in a room, and this phone rings, and he picks up the phone and says, go ahead. The night agents give him a little code. This girl, I forget the girl's name, I'm so sorry, but her aunt and uncle are agents. Her aunt and uncle die, and her aunt and uncle give her the code to call, and she's calling them, and she's just trying to figure out what happened to her aunt and uncle. What is this night agent thing, like, what's going on, blah blah blah. So they get together, and they do end up kind of like getting into a little relationship, but that's not the main plot. The main plot is like trying to understand what's going on in this government system. I don't know what happens. You have to watch and find out. You'll have to watch and find out. That's The Night Agent. I would, out of 5, I think I'd rate this a 4, just because it's pretty realistic. I would say pretty realistic, because it's not like National Treasure. I think that's the name of the movie. That one with Nicolas Cage, and where it's that one where they're kind of going on a scavenger hunt, and in the second movie they're like on Mount Rushmore and they pull a latch and they find El Dorado or something. That's not very realistic, and it's not supposed to be. But this, it's a lot more realistic, and I like that. So I would rate it a 4. Yeah. You guys notice that my head is a little higher now. I switched seats. But the third show, oh my goodness. Now, this show is a little bit mature. I'm going to be honest. I'm only 13. I am a little bit more mature. I watch shows that I'm probably not supposed to be watching. But I watch them. This show on Netflix, Raising Voices, is about this girl. And someone was sending her explicit photos, if you know what I mean. She did not know who it was, and there was a teacher at her school who she discovered through a friend of hers. She meets a friend. Her friend tells her that teacher at her school was doing some things to her, and it was not okay. And we find out that she knew about this. She kind of walked in on them one time, but she didn't know what to think. She didn't know what was going on, and she didn't say anything. And so they stopped being friends because of that, but then they become friends again. And she was like, I had no idea. We're going to tell people about this. We're going to raise our voices and make ourselves heard and blah, blah, blah. And by the end of the show, they catch the teacher and he gets sent away. But there's a lot of stuff that happens in between that. A lot of really powerful themes, like this theme of predators, this theme of getting set photos like this, friendships kind of being broken up because of certain reasons, and a lot in between. Like at one point she gets drugged, and I'm pretty sure a friend takes advantage of her at that low moment in her life, and a lot goes on. These are just certain things that I'm trying to tell you to reel you in, but in the end, there is a happy ending. There's a very good happy ending, so I would recommend this. It's once again pretty realistic, and it's definitely very mature. Very, very, very mature. Like, there is nudity. I don't know if I should have put this on the list. I just like this show because once again, it's different from those. It's unique, but it's also like, I don't know, it just tells you about stuff that does happen in real life and how it can be hard for people to talk about that. And yeah, so the show's called Raising Voices. It's on Netflix. I would rate it a solid 3. Next show. And I had to change out of my hoodie because I was literally overheating, and also I had to reposition the camera because I could only see like from here to here. The next show I'm recommending, it's another one on Netflix. It's called Inside Job. I believe there are 2 seasons. I think once again the show got canceled. I wish they would have made a 3rd season, but I think it ended where it needed to end a little bit. It would have been cool if they made a 3rd season. Netflix does things where they release half of a show, like School Spirits. That's on this list. A show called School Spirits. On Paramount Plus, both 2 seasons are uploaded. On Netflix, only 1 season is up. Come on, Netflix. What's that about? But back to Inside Job. This is a show not very similar, semi-similar to The Night Agent because it shows, but it's also very similar to, I would say, Rick and Morty, because it's about this girl. She works at this kind of government company, I would say, but that's just a cover. What she actually does is, like, they build robots and they stop, like, secrets getting out to the world. Like, there are lizard people, and it's a lot about, like, conspiracy theories that people definitely have in real life. Like, people think that certain celebrities are vampires, and in that show they build off that, but they make it really funny. And yeah, I would say it's definitely like Rick and Morty. And Netflix, 2 seasons. I would rate this show out of 5, maybe a 4, because I definitely enjoyed it. It's very funny. I love comedy like that, and it was pretty good. So that's my, I think, 4th one. We have to speed run these because I'm running out of time. We're gonna start speed running the rest of these. Number 5, I think we're on My Block. I love this show so much. If you haven't seen it, go watch it because it's so good. It's about this group of kids who are kind of living in the hood, and they're trying to get their friend Caesar, just like through these tough things. I would give it a 5 out of 5. I love this show. Number 6, Big Mouth. Go watch this show because it's very funny, but it's also, like, kind of educational in a way, a little bit, but it's also it's just, there's so much into it, and it has 8 seasons. The final season just came out. It's on Netflix. I would once again give this show 5 out of 5 stars. Go watch it. Number 7, Pretty Little Liars. I have not completely watched this show, I will be honest with you. I'm pretty sure I got to, like, the 3rd season, and anytime I start watching a really long show like that, like, I'm pretty sure the show has, probably over 10 seasons. Every single time I start watching a show like that, I don't want to say get bored, because it wasn't, like, boring, but I just maybe get busy and then don't have the time to watch it, and then don't want to watch it, like, don't have the attention span to get through all that. So through the seasons that I did watch, it was fun. It's about this group of friends. Their friend Allison goes missing, and they're trying to find out what happened to her, because everyone's like, oh, she died, you have to get over it, blah, blah, blah. She didn't die. They know that something's out there because they're getting these messages that about only things that Allison would know. Like, this girl, she had an eating disorder, and she gets a text message, like, something about her eating disorder from A, which is, her name's Allison, and she's like, no one else knows about this. She has to be alive, blah, blah, blah. And they're trying to find her and figure out, like, where she is, who she is. So, Pretty Little Liars, I would give this a 4 out of 10, or 4 out of 5. Next one, Vampire Diaries. Once again, these are, like, 2000 shows, and I love Vampire Diaries. Once again, I did not finish the entire show. It has a lot of seasons. Like, I do not have the attention span for all those seasons, but I would give it, out of what I watched, a 4.5 out of 5. It's just about these 2 brothers, the Salvatore brothers, Damon and Stefan Salvatore, and this girl Elena, and they both kind of fall for her. And it's not only about, like, oh, which brother will she choose, like, this kind of love triangle thing. It's not only about this. It's, like, about vampires, witches, stuff like that, supernatural things. If you like the show Supernatural, you're gonna like this show, and you probably have seen this show. Next, it was on Netflix, but now I honestly do not know what streaming platform it's on. I'm so sorry. But yeah, Vampire Diaries. Next, if you like sitcoms like Supermarket or Abbott Elementary or I think so. 911. No, it's not called 911. What is it? I can't. It's on Hulu. I forget what the show's called, but there's a ship in the show. It's like there's this girl named Lucy Chen and this guy named something Bradford. That ship comes from this show. I forget what it's called. God. Wait, give me a Rookie. The show's called The Rookie. It's not really a sitcom, but it's a cop show. And if you like shows like that, you're going to like the show. And you probably have seen the show. It's pretty common. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Not enough people have seen this show. I don't know how many seasons I got in, but I got many seasons into this show. I don't think I finished the whole thing, but with sitcoms like this, you don't have to finish the whole thing to like really get the plot. You could watch a random episode and then another random episode. As long as you watch the pilot and know who the characters are, you could watch any episode after that and it doesn't matter. I love the show. It's hilarious. It's not serious at all, but it's a little bit serious. And it's funny. It's so funny. All these shows are probably going to be hilarious. But it's so good. 5 out of 5. It's about these cops at the 99th precinct in New York. And they just solve crimes and are hilarious. And this is probably my comfort show. Next, Gilmore Girls. I lied. This is probably my comfort show. I've watched this show over and over again. I said I wasn't going to be saying basic shows. I'm sorry. This is a basic show, but I just had to put it on here because I love this show so much. 5 out of 5. It's, once again, very funny, but pretty serious. And I love the relationship between Rory and Lorelai. And it's just so sweet to watch. It's so sweet. It's on Netflix, by the way. So is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm kind of starting to get a little sloppy here. Next. I already said most of these are going to be on Netflix. So if I say one and I don't say where it's from, Google it or just look on Netflix because it's probably there. Next show. Sweet Magnolias. People are going to make fun of me for the show. People are going to call it cringy. Maybe some of these are cringy. But it's sweet. It's lighthearted. It's not too serious. Like, a lot of these have very serious themes. This one, it's not that serious. It's called Sweet Magnolias. It's about these girls, grown women, probably in their, I don't want to say 40s, but 40s. And everyone calls them the Sweet Magnolias. And they're this group of friends. They all have kids. All their kids are friends. It also talks about the kids, but they live in like North Carolina or South Carolina or something, and it just shows their lives and what they do. And there's this very cute relationship between one of the girls' daughter and one of the girls' son, and that's a very cute little relationship. And it's just very cute, very nice. Like, obviously it's a show, they have to have like conflict for like in the episodes for like things to happen, but it's a very cute show and I would recommend it. Next, Manifest. Oh my gosh, this should have been higher on the list. I watched this entire show with my parents. I loved this show. Oh my goodness, I can't even explain. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. I'm mumbling. 5 out of 5 to Manifest. It's on Netflix. It's the show about this, I don't want to say group of people. However many people can fit on a plane, including the pilots and the everything. Okay, all these people go on a plane. Plane number 808 or something. The plane goes. You know that video of Ashton Hall being in the air for 4 minutes and then he comes down? It's just like that, but it's not for 4 minutes. It's for 5 years. These people go on this plane because what happens is they're like, oh, extra tickets. Here, we'll give you blank amount of dollars if you want to go on this plane ride. Has that ever happened to you guys? Not to me, but that was happening. And they were like, oh, we're going to go on this plane ride. And what ended up happening is that it was a family of, 4. The dad and the son go on the plane. the mother and the daughter stay back. The two kids are twins. They're literally twins. But it's a boy and a girl, but they're still twins. 5 years later, they come back. Everyone is the same exact age, the same exact way. And they're like, what happened? And the cops are there. And they're like, what is going on? And they were like, y'all were gone for 5 years. And they're like, what? And people think it's religious. People think they were cursed. People think they're gifted. And each and every one of these people have an ability. Every single time, like, not an ability, but they'll hear, like, violin in their head, and they'll have to follow the violin, and they'll see, and the main character, I think his name's Ben, he follows the violin. He meets this guy who was also on the plane, and he was like, I don't know, I just got this feeling that I needed to do my violin, and so they can meet. And so Ben's conclusion is that this is all religious, because he's finding out, like, kind of explanations to this from the Bible. And you don't have to be religious to watch this. It's not super religious, but it's very interesting. And through the seasons, it gets more and more interesting. And then by the finale, you're going to be like, oh my gosh. 5 out of 5. I would definitely recommend this. This should have been number 1. Next show. This show is called Lucifer. I did not finish watching it, but it's kind of like a little sitcom. It's about this. There's definitely deeper themes, and I could go a lot deeper into it. But on the surface, it's about this guy. His name is Lucifer. He is literally the devil, and he meets this detective. I forget her name. I know that her last name's Decker because he always calls her Detective Decker or something. He is like he's not a cop, but he is I forget what it's called. Her partner. It's like a consultant, like a person consultant, because he's not a cop, but he can still help. They become partners. They solve a bunch of cases, and they get into a little relationship a little bit, and it's really cute. It's really cute. Out of 5, I would give it maybe a 2. Not because, like, 2.8. Not because I don't like it, but just because I haven't finished watching it, and because the episodes I did watch, I felt like every episode was kind of the same. Like, they were all really similar. Like, the same thing was happening a lot, but it is still different. Like, every couple episodes, something different will happen and mix up the pot a little bit, stir the pot, and it was cool. So, next one. Surviving Summer. This show, it's alright. It's really not bad. It's out of 5. I would maybe give it, once again, like a 2.5. Just because I'm starting to understand how Team Jelly people are feeling, because it's obvious that Bone Rat is endgame. It's obvious. And in the show, there is a little love triangle thing going on, but she chooses the wrong choice. She chooses this guy who literally, like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's about this girl. She moves to Australia, like, over the summer from New York, because she meets up with her mom, like, family friends, and the family friends have a son. I think his name is Ari or something, like Ariana Grande. Like, his name is Arson. No, not Arson. Like, people call him Ari, I think. I don't know. And they get into a little thing there. And it's really about surfing. Like, there are these surf competitions, and she starts surfing, and she gets really good. And everyone's like, where did this girl come from? Some people don't like her, some people like her. She's really wild and crazy. Yeah. It's on Netflix. Go watch it. I don't hate it, but I'm not gonna sit here and say, like, oh my god, this is the best show ever. But I put it on the list for a reason. So, next, School Spirits. I already kind of got into this. It's about this girl who, she, like, a ghost. Her school's pretty much haunted, but she doesn't know this yet. A ghost I don't know how, but like knocks her unconscious and takes over her body. And then she's thinking, oh my God, I died at my school and now I'm trapped in my school forever. But she didn't actually die. Her spirit is just floating around because another spirit went into her physical body. And yeah, so she's trying to figure out how to get back into her body and blah blah blah, and figure out what even happened to her. She's trying to figure out what happened to her. I might have just spoiled it there when I said that another spirit knocked her out of her body, but if you watch season 2, like, I guess it'll make sense. Stranger Things. This should be higher on the list. Oh my gosh, I'm not really going in order. Stranger Things is such a good show. I know. Shut up. I know I said I wasn't gonna say, oh, ordinary shows that people already watched. But maybe not that many people watch Stranger Things. Honestly, ever since the 4th season kind of died down, not that many people watched it. But I know once the 5th season comes out, it's all we're gonna hear about. But that's gonna come out till November, so like 5 out of 5. I don't even think I really need to explain it. And I'm not going to, because if I explain it, I'm going to ramble on too much. And you're not going to get me to stop talking. And then I'm going to spoil it. But Stranger Things. Okay, speedrun. I'm not even going to do that much of an introduction. I said speedrun before, but we are 10 minutes into this. Over 10 minutes into this video. And I still got a couple more on this list. Outer Banks, Ginny and Georgia, Exo Kitty. Oh my gosh, watch Exo Kitty. Never Have I Ever. I just had to put it on here. That was my last one. I know I said no ordinary ones, but these aren't even that ordinary. Like Exo Kitty, not that many people watched it, and more people should. It's a good show. But that concludes this video. Please go watch these shows, because not enough people have watched them, like Sweet Magnolias, Big Mouth, and One Day. Oh my gosh. Not enough people have watched these shows. So, go watch them. Thank you so much for watching this video. Goodbye.